Hey guys, welcome back to Fandom Sage Powers, where we discuss comics and heroes and villains and the Dawn. Dawn of X, that is. We are at our Marauders, issue number 5, and we are jumping in right now. The wildfires in the Arctic heralded a new era that has dawned on Earth called the Anthropocene. It is the geological period that features humanity as the dominant influence on the climate. Everyone has a part to play in fighting it. But I can do more, 'cause I'm the coolest guy on Earth. Want to see what an Omega can really do, Christian? Please don't show off before you start showing off, darling. And please don't tell me you're the coolest guy on Earth or something cheesy like that. Quite the picturesque band-aid. The Anthropocene Era. Ever since you learned that fancy word, you can't stop saying it. I could sleep the rest of the way home. It sounds boring. Submerged for Krakoa. Mustn't keep the White Queen waiting. Have you thought about your true name? I kinda have the market cornered on Frost. You'll be the first to know. Given any more thought to our chat? Yes, it's always fun to come aboard the Mercury, but I can't just drop everything and join your crew. I have other responsibilities. We all do, mate. We all do. Be honest with me. Do you love being on the Marauder? Or are you worried your friend who can't use the gates will die out here, and that the resurrection protocols will fail her? That is why you and Storm are all over Kitty like the secret bloody service, isn't it? Call her Kate. Captain Kate Pride is settling into her new role as Red Queen of the Hellfire Trading Company, the organization responsible for distributing Krakoa's life-saving pharmaceuticals to friendly nations around the world. Meanwhile, Kate and her crew smuggle mutants out of enemy nations, a list that grows longer every day. The Hellfire Trading Company has increased capacity to the black market by almost 200% in the last 2 weeks. We've moved through the backlog of medicine deliveries, and by early next week we'll be caught up. Very good. The supply chain is moving, and the Marauder has delivered dozens of mutants to Krakoa safely. Sorry I'm late. I had to answer a distress call from Mother Nature. There is another matter. The Black Bishop will be heading towards dangerous waters around the Horn of Africa shortly. It would be a great help if the Marauder would take the Mandripoor voyage in the opposite direction. It's a milk run, women's work. Sounds like we should take a vote. All those in favor of Blackstone continuing to serve Mandripoor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 2 votes and 1 abstention. Enjoy Lowtown, Shinobi. I thought I drove my father nuts, but I have nothing on you two. Welcome to the Red Keep, Emma. Here's to women's work. Yeah? You don't know Krakoan. You never went through the gate. Here. Ah, thank you. I was trying to learn it the hard way. The TH is a trip. Now, what's really bothering you? Oh, just that the gates don't work for me. What if the resurrection protocols don't either? Maybe one day I'll be the only old woman on the island. I know it's cold comfort, but I am afraid to die too, Catherine. Which knows what I return with. Sometimes I still wonder how my life would have turned out if I'd picked you instead of the professor. You mustn't ruminate on the past, darling. Besides, I was barely a woman myself and I would have utterly destroyed you. Now, let's meet these new mutants you've rescued. They need to be given habitats, but first, we must do something about their dreadful human clothes. Hey, got a distress call. The upstart is in a huge fight in Mandripoor Bay. That sounds horrible. Indeed. Shinobi Shaw named his boat the Upstart. I'll take the gates. Right behind you. How are the Mercury Sea trials coming? The interface is incredible. Today, the helm was a piano. What's Mandripoor picking a fight with us for? Money makes its own weather on that lawless island. Raise the skull. Yes. Yes. Off you go. Sail to the rescue. From the X-Desk. Another person returned from the dead this week. This time it was my mom. My sister administered the Krakoan medicine of the mind to our mother without my knowledge. She was afraid I would say no. My mom has been in poor health for roughly 4 years and hasn't remembered me for the last 2. So you can imagine my shock when she walked up to my door and knocked. I canceled her mobile service that year. She was already supposed to have died. I'll be taking some vacation time in the coming days to spend with the family. I am not compromised by my mom's recovery, but that is probably not for me to decide. Let me know if I should clear out the desk. There are, however, 2 pressing drug purchases to discuss. Manuel and Duque made 2 large purchases in the last several days. He bought a large supply of Krakoan medicine from the black market, spending 10 figures in heated bidding for an entire pallet of the mutant drugs that seem to have fallen off the back of the boat. I also have very strong reason to believe he purchased cyanide through an associate named Cade Kilgore and a shell corp out of Mandripoor called Homines Verendi. I have no info on the corporation, but I consulted with our man at Princeton, Michael D. Gordon, who looped in Yelena Baraz from their linguistics department to translate that company into English for me. And there were a few possibilities, but the one that's most ominous and therefore likely is man must be revered and feared. These subjects do not have full profiles, as they are both minors. They do not possess any inherent powers if you don't count their billions. Both subjects have held positions within the Hellfire Club in the past, and that is likely the motivation for their purchases this week. It is my urgent recommendation that we immediately reach out to friendly Krakoans and alert them to the likelihood that a mass casualty event is being planned around their only meaningful export. If need be, I know someone who knows someone. Let's assume we're on a clock to save some old human lives. Both purchases were cash and carry. We detected the poison purchase through Fyson, and the Krakoan medicine auction was recorded via hot mic exploit by a Five Eyes nation to be named never. I'm working from home the next few days. Let me know how to proceed. Bishop to Storm. The streets are filled with angry men. Maybe a change of weather will send some home? Hey kid, I'm here for the big scrap. Who's paying? You got to kill a mutant first. Then you see Verendi. Then they make you rich. Not tonight. Stay off the docks. I'm paying you to go home. Out! Surrender, mutant! Mandripoor used to be friendly to mutants. I got a name. Somebody called Verendi. Put money on the streets for mutant blood. Goddess help me send this rabble home. The upstart's in a bad spot. I'll be watching over you with lightning. Shinobi, do you copy? This whole caper is screaming trap. Yes, one I'd gladly march into if mutants are trapped. Friendlies, we're friendlies. It's Bishop. Anybody inside? Thank God. They waited to hit us until we were most vulnerable, when I had offloaded the drugs and brought on the mutants. How did you handle their power dampening gear? Power dampening gear? When you're right, you're right. I suggest you surrender. Unless you intend to fight powerless. You think I am powerless? You cannot take my power. Ah! And I'll have that blade back. It's vibranium. Shaw, get that boat into the bay. We'll cover you. The Russian suits our friend sold us seem to be everything we were promised. Yes, and here comes the second mutant ship. Come to mama. I can't wait for them to meet our new friends. There's a lot of smoke out here, but I don't see a fire. Something's wrong. Oh, hang on. Brace for impact. Nice save, Cap. Oh, hell. Prepare to be boarded. Humanity will never yield to gene junk. Mankind first. Homines Verendi. Yeah, I'm definitely assuming that Sebastian Shaw had something to do with this now, and this is a setup of some sort. Homines Verendi is interesting. I don't know a lot about them, but I know that they are rich as hell and they are buying up whatever they want. So we'll see how this unfolds. If you like this episode, please share. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And I'll see you in the next issue.